Mental health is important to me because I've personally, struggled with mental illness, and mental illness is prevalent in my family. A lot of people are afraid to speak about their mental health, and reducing the shame involved with talking about mental health is important for us as a society to move forward.
Especially in the hip hop community, because I feel like it's just gotten a little wild, and you have kids out there dying, over not taking care of themselves.
Being from where I'm from, Chicago, I understand the trauma that individuals go through every day.
People in the hood are being diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I think that's real.
One of my friends was saying something to me just recently, like, he said he went back to the neighborhood to a place that we frequently would go eat at, and he said he was looking around his back, and just watching out for what might happen. He said, I didn't realize I was traumatized when we were younger. A lot of the things that we experience is trauma. And mental health is a reflection of that in some cases.
All these kids that go through these lockdown drills and go through these terrible, these massacres, they have to survive and live every day with that weighing on them.
I think in particular, people of color don't like to deal with mental illness.
As a South Asian artist, specifically in our culture, people don't speak about it. They brush it under, the rug, and they just move on.
Plenty of people in my family would say, I don't go to therapy, that's not what we do, and it should be.
There's already a stigma with it in our Latino community. Don't cry, suck it up.
It's important we talk about these things, or we don't know who needs help. And it's also important to not be embarrassed about it. People love you, they're around you for a reason, they support you.
I know I went through that myself. I know I've gone through feeling like I was being judged left and right and afraid to say I need help, or I'm afraid to say that I needed a hug.
Oftentimes people don't get help because they're afraid of what others will think of them, and in the long run those people end up struggling the most, and it'll be easier for them to get help if they aren't associating mental health with something bad.
I think it's just vital that we're able to shift the way people think about it, and we can have open discussions, conversations, and make each other feel okay to say whatever they may be feeling. I'm feeling depressed, I'm worried, I'm anxious.
It's okay for you to say, hey, I need a break. Hey, I need help. Reach out to say, hey, I'm not feeling all that great right now, and I need to take a day for myself. We don't say that enough. We don't say that enough, and we need to.
People who I came up with, Chester Bennington being a good friend of mine, here's a cat who I didn't see that coming, you know what I mean? I know he had demons, I know he had issues he was dealing with, but I never thought it would go that far. And if there are more beacons out there to help you to hang on to that allow you to sort of decompress from that, or transfer any negative energy you have, we need more of that.
Whatever those feelings are, being able to say it out loud and know that somebody is going to say, I hear you, is just vital.
I think that it's important that we create accessibility for everyone right now to receive the help that they need.
Personally, I suffer with a lot of mental illnesses because I've been through a lot in my life. The biggest one being PTSD, and it's really hard for me to deal with, but I can still function like a normal person day to day. I just need to take care of myself a little bit better.
Well, what works for me as far as mental health and well-being, one is my relationship with God. My belief in spirituality is the foundation.
Just talking, creating dialogue with my loved ones and letting them know that I love them.
I've myself been to therapy, and it's been one of the healthiest things I've done for myself, and I think it's been one of the most beneficial things I've done to develop myself and to grow and to be a better man and human being.
I started seeing therapists when I was about 15 years old, and being prescribed medication, and also meditating. Meditating, I think, is probably one of the most important things, one of the most important parts for me in terms of keeping control of my mind.
Talking to therapists, talking to other people.
Who's objective. Somebody it's not the same as talking to your girlfriend or your mom. They already have their beliefs and opinions about you. But talking to someone who's objective, who has tools, that have been proven to work, to help you work through things in your mind.
It helps.
I'm not perfect at all. I fall off the wagon 99 times just to get up, that 100th time.
It's beautiful to see people coming together in unity and giving each other empathy and showing support for one another to just say, hey, I got you.